to Align with Arianna. I am Arianna, of course. For those of you that are new to my channel, I am a psychic medium, and I am able to connect with those that have passed to tell their story. So before we get into the reading, if you would like your personal reading, please visit www.alignwitharianna.com. This reading is about Aretha Franklin. So off the bat, her energy is that of security. She is, and to me, what it feels like, she is very secure about who she was at the time while she spent her time here on earth. She has a bright, loving presence about herself. She was very sweet, but she was not one to push over. She said a lot of people would confront her thinking that she would be so open and loving, but she had boundaries. She had limitations. She did not allow just anyone to come around her. She's saying that she became very sick and very ill after it was something that took place with her vocal area. Something that took place with her vocal area that had caused her to become sick and very ill. She's saying that there was an infection or something that happened that made her sicker than what she was expecting to get sick with. She said on top of that, the way she was going about the choices she made about her food, she's saying that she did not make the best choices and she wished that she would have. She said that she was just enjoying her life because she was counting her moments to leave. But she's saying that she just did not expect it to be this soon or at her age, because she's saying she knew she had more to give and more to go, but her vocal cords had failed. Something had happened with the vocal cords that caused the illness. Now she is mentioning that she is not happy with her brother. She has a brother or someone that was supposed to be over her estate or supposed to make some decisions or choices about her estate, which she's not very happy with. She's saying that he had control over a lot of things, and or he's trying to get control over some things. So I'm not sure if someone is trying to block him from receiving that, but she's saying that her brother is supposed to be the one over the financial affairs. And it sounds like she's very trusting of him with the financial affairs. She's trusting of him with the financial affairs. She is not trusting with someone else that is fighting against her brother for her financial affairs. She's saying that she did not have everything pinned out in the most legal realm of things, but she's saying that she had something personal that she took upon herself to make sure that things were carried out. So she's saying that she did have something written, but she's saying that it was not done in the most obvious way, most legal way of things. But she said it doesn't matter. She did it when she was in her right mind. She's saying that whoever is fighting against her brother, she is very upset about that. She wants them to know that she wants her brother to have the things, have everything. She's saying that she put things of her estate over to certain people, and her brother was supposed to be one of those people that took care of a lot of her financial things. She's saying he knows what is supposed to happen. She's saying that there's some issues with her royalties or some things that were not paid out for her name because they were in some other company's name, and they are trying to get rights to her music. But she's saying that she's willing to put her paperwork up against it. She's saying put my paperwork up against it because I know that I had things in place to my knowledge, the best way I knew to have them in place. She said in her industry, her line of work, there were a lot of people that were dishonest and wanted to take things from her in the most honest way. She's saying that that her education was not that very much, but she's saying she's no fool. She's like, I'm no fool. So she's saying she didn't have a lot of education, but she's saying that I'm no fool, that she had went about things on how she knew how to go about things, like from an old way of teaching. Her mother, her grandmother, she's saying her grandmother, things of how she saw those things done, which unfortunately that could cause a gray area with the legal discrepancies with her finances, with her royalties, because the way other people are going about it is they're taking things in the legal ramification of things versus of what she's already had in place. They are not trying to honor it. She's saying that is the biggest battle right now, but she's saying that he has some, I don't know who Ronnie is, but she's saying that maybe it's Ronnie, I don't know, but he has support with her and her energy to move forward in the direction that he is going. She is also saying to her nieces and her nephews that she loves them dearly. She said she had many children, cousins, nieces, and nephews that she looked after, and she said that she loves them dearly. She's saying that she wants people to find the joy and the peace in her work and what she did and what she gave in her voice and who she was. She said the time that she came up as a young girl was that of a lot of misguided. She said she doesn't have a lot of school education because she saw her dreams. So she's saying she doesn't want you guys to get distracted on things in the physical realm of getting notoriety of things. But get your own notoriety in who you are, in your sense of being of self, of developing your true self in your nature and what you're supposed to be here for. She is also saying that growing up as a young girl, it was very hard to find her way in that area for schooling, to do any of those things, because either you would experience so much hate going to school. That's what she's saying. She experienced a lot of hate trying to just learn. But she's saying that she wanted to live in love, so she had to sacrifice the learning part of her life. She grew up in a musically inclined family. She's telling me about her father. Her father was musically inclined, and she was around people that were musically inclined. That's what drove her to find this love and this passion. She thought she would sing her way through the hurt that she had. She's saying that even as she got older, she began to still sing. And when she got to the point that she got to, she said that her way of singing was still beautiful to her and loving to her, but she said she still saw hate. She saw hate on the highest levels. And that's why she has stopped being out in the forefront as much, is because she said the hate is what pushed her away. She said she always thought that people will find a love through music, through voice, through sound, but in healing. But it was impossible because a lot of people had perpetuated hate. She's talking about the government system and talking about the order and the higher order of things. That she's saying even though she did sing at high levels and high areas in people's lives, she's saying, don't get confused. I was not consumed in that. My consumption was in the love of music. So that's why I sung in many different areas across the world, in high places or in low places. It didn't matter, because the music of the love was so important, and the love for the music was so important. And she also saying that it's a lot of things that people don't see from that realm, from the government area. And she's saying don't get caught up in racial injustice from the government area. A lot of the things she's saying are orchestrated from there. And it's important to not get confused that life is not about race. It's not about race. She's saying it's not about race. that is a blindfold to what is going on. People want to be consumed in that. But she's saying, listen very clearly. Life is about love, and I believe it in my entirety. And she is also saying that her life was that of joy. She had a lot of things, and she's talking about where she lived. I don't know if she had an Atlanta home or something about Atlanta, but she's saying that was the place to cultivate love. That was the Mecca to cultivate love for her. And she's saying her home was the place. And she said she met a lot of people, famous people, and a lot of people that she just wishes she can let them know that love is not about race. It's not about the government issues or the social, economic issues, not about socialism. It is about being loved and connecting with people on many different levels, because she's saying a lot of those things come from that area to create division, to create some type of hatred. It is not about that. She's clearly saying that in her heart. And I'm sensing some type of pneumonia or some type of chesting. Something happened in the chest area. It was a lot of fluid or something that happened in the chest that she couldn't get rid of. She said she wishes she would have stuck to her tea. She's saying that she wishes she would have never took any medication. She wishes she would have stuck to her natural things that she was doing, because she said that is what kept her so long. But when she started taking the medication, that's when things began to change for her. She's saying that the only reason why she did it was because she kept getting influences from like her brother or some type of male entity, a person that was saying, hey, you need to do this, or it's getting serious. But she said it was nothing too serious that her being her God, what she's saying of who she was, could bear. So she's saying that she wished she would have never listened, and she would have just started continue with her tea or her herbs that she was naturally taking to get rid of things. She said that's all she knew. So she said she was never a big fan of the doctor. She never went to the doctor in many ways. She said she feels like in a lot of ways that is what killed her. That's what took her out, is the medication. Because she's saying that she could have fought through this. She's done it before. It's not unusual for her to have problems in her lung and her chest area. She's saying, but the pneumonia came on so strong because the medication. She said the medication wasn't. It's not. She said she didn't believe in that. She didn't believe in that. And she's saying that the only reason why she did go about it the way she did was because she kept getting influences on taking the medication. She's saying that she had some things booked prior to her leaving, and there was a couple more things she felt like she needed to do, but all in all, she was very happy with the outcome of her life and the way in which it played. She's saying that she does feel, however, someone is responsible with her medication. She is not believing that she passed away from just the pneumonia in her chest, because it is a pneumonia. It's like a fluid in her chest. She is not believing of that. She feels that something was the medication. She's saying the medication did it. So who the medication was, or whatever medication she was on, she's saying the medication was responsible. She does not believe that it was just a sickness that took her out. And she's saying that it was more that had to be involved because of the day that she left. She is now going into the deeper aspect of things. She said the day in which she passed away. You guys, she is saying that the government, be careful. She's saying that the government had their hand in it. She's not saying that she went away with just the sickness along her chest. She's saying the day that she went away, the day that she left, was very important to the universe and very important. She said she felt like she was a sacrifice for her life, for her being, for her work. It was a sacrifice. She's not stuck and bent on that it was just her illness or her sickness that took her out. So I am not feeling too confident anymore in the fact that that this was just a simple passing. I don't feel that. She's telling me that it's something more to it. And I would love to break that down and get deeper into what she is talking about, what she's referencing. But she's also saying that everything has a time and a place. And she's also saying that she just wants people to not to see outside of that, because it's way more to it than what people think. And what people think. She is very 100,000% sure that it wasn't just the pneumonia that took her out. It was something that had to do with medication as well that did it, and she's very sure of that. And she said now there's so much going on with her state that she is trying to overcome that, and she's trying to help the right people overcome that to get the things that she know that she wanted in her heart. She said, may her music forever live on. May you find peace and joy and love in her music and her continuing of her legacy. And she's very sure that she wants you guys to focus on love, not on any other thing outside of love. She's saying that the other things are just the distraction. She's even talking about the shooting in Charleston, North Carolina or South Carolina. She's talking about the shooting, the church shooting. She's saying don't be consumed about the surfaces of things, that everything is a little bit deeper than what it appears. So I want you guys to find peace, love, and happiness in all of her music and her legacy. If you would like your own personal reading, please visit www.alignwitharianna.com. And for more details, for more goodies, for more working your magic, peace.